What is up guys, my name is Benji and welcome back to another video. Now I was using the iPhone 5C and I switched back to the iPhone 5 because the iPhone 5C was an absolute nightmare. Like, bits inside kept breaking, the battery almost exploded on me, and like, it was just a terrible phone in the end. And I didn't really treat it as well as I should have. I didn't look after it that much, and that's why it actually broke. The display basically broke, the LCD wasn't working anymore, so I switched back to the iPhone 5. Now, about 6 months ago, I made a video very similar to this one, but it was about the iPhone 5C and if it was still worth it in 2016. But in this video, we will be seeing if the iPhone 5 is still worth it in 2017. Let's get started. Now let's talk about the price. Now, this is probably the main reason why you want to get an iPhone 5. It's because it's actually quite cheap. It's cheaper than most like big flagship smartphones. Definitely cheaper than the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus, of course. But you could pick one up used here in the UK for about £80 and in the US for about $100. And you can also get one refurbished for about £90 here in the UK and about $150 in the US. And you can get a brand new one for about £140 here in the UK and $240 in the US. Now, storage for this thing, you can get 16, 32, or 64 gigabytes. I highly recommend the 32 or the 64 because I have the 16 gigabyte version, and as I said in my previous iPhone 5C video, it's an absolute nightmare. 16 gigabytes, at least for me, is an absolute nightmare. I take a lot of pictures, post a lot on Instagram, post a lot of Snapchats every day. I really have a hard time living with 16 gigabytes, so that is why I do recommend the 32, but I highly recommend the 64. Now let's talk about the design. Now, I really love the design of the iPhone 5. I never actually realized how good it was until I switched back to it, and it's probably one of my favorite iPhone designs ever. It's got an aluminum back with a glass top and bottom, which looks very stylish, and it hides the antenna bands really well. And the design, of course, is not outdated at all because the iPhone SE uses it, a very similar design. And you can also use most of the iPhone SE cases with the iPhone 5, which is very good. And you can get one in silver and white or a black, but both colors do look very good. But if it were about personal preference, I really like the black, and that is the color that I'm rocking right now. Now let's talk durability. Because of the aluminum body, the iPhone 5 is more durable than some glass or plastic phones. In fact, it is more durable than the iPhone 5C, and also a lot more durable than the 4 and the 4S, of course, because they have a very weak glass on the front and the back. Now, the front is made out of Gorilla Glass, so it is pretty durable and scratch resistant. But if you are one of those people who's always and constantly dropping their phone, I highly recommend wearing a case, or if you don't drop your phone as much, a skin looks perfect. I've got one on my phone. And also throw a screen protector on it because you don't really want your display cracking, because it will cost you about £25 to get it fixed, at least here in the UK. Now let's talk about the display. Now this has a 4-inch multi-touch Retina display, and it has an 1136 by 640 pixel resolution at 326 ppi. Of course, if you put it side by side with the iPhone 7 Plus, of course you're going to notice the difference, but if you don't really care about the screen resolution, then you should be fine. Now let's talk about battery. Now this has a 1440 milliamp hour lithium ion battery, and according to the specs, the battery lasts around 8 to 10 hours of normal usage. From my experience, I have to charge this phone about twice a day on my regular use, once before going to bed and then once throughout the day. So the battery isn't that great, so I do recommend either a battery case or a battery pack if you travel a lot. So yeah, the battery, not that good. Now let's talk about sound. Now this has a single speaker, and it isn't the loudest of speakers, but it's okay for going through your Snapchat or Instagram stories, or even your Facebook stories if you even use that. And it's also good for watching some good old YouTube with one of your mates. But I usually wear headphones or hook it up to a Bluetooth speaker. Oh, and by the way,
do you want to know what else it comes with? An audio jack. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we're still making jokes about headphone jacks. Now let's talk about cameras. Now the camera on the back is an 8 megapixel iSight camera capable of 1080p at 30 frames per second, and the front facing camera is a 1.2 megapixel FaceTime HD camera capable of 720p at 30 frames per second. And this can shoot time lapses, video, photo, square photos, panorama photos. No slow-mo, unfortunately. You need to get a third-party app for that, but believe it or not, you can also shoot live photos, again, by using a third-party app. And this also has what Apple calls improved image stabilization, and basically this has no image stabilization at all. And of course, the front-facing camera has no image stabilization whatsoever, so it is a bit shaky if you're taking video. Now, the camera quality is not that bad, it's nothing special. It doesn't do very well in low light, but if you don't really care about the camera quality, then this phone should be good. I mean, it's good for Snapchat, Instagram, and stuff like that, but if you're like a photographer who takes photos with their phone and like really wants to show off the camera quality, then I recommend either a DSLR or one of the latest and greatest smartphones with the best camera or something like that. And this also has a rear LED flash, which helps you record and take photos in low light. But yeah, cameras, nothing special, but gets the job done. Now let's talk about speed. Now this has a 32-bit Apple A6 processor, a dual-core 1.3 GHz Swift CPU, Power VR SGX 543 MP3 GPU, 1GB of RAM. Now I did run Geekbench and Antutu to get some benchmarks on the latest iOS 10.3.1, and with a Geekbench I got 779 single core score and 1271 multi-core score, and the Antutu benchmark got 30,970. And as I said before, this is on the latest iOS 10.3.1. Now it's okay with everyday usage. I mean, it's not the fastest of phones, but it does get the job done, and iOS 10 does help with that. Now let's talk about the software. Now this is compatible up to iOS 10.3.2, which is still in beta at the moment, and it is unknown if it will support iOS 11 or any newer firmware, unfortunately, because Apple might be dropping support for 32-bit devices. But at least iOS 10 is quite good on the iPhone 5, unlike the iPhone 4S that was super slow on iOS 10.3.5, which was its last supported firmware, and iOS 10 overall works great on the iPhone 5. Pretty much all of the features that are on the newer iPhones are on the iPhone 5, which is very, very cool. If you do get an iPhone 5 that is on a firmware that is jailbreakable, I highly recommend to do some research and jailbreak it, as it is going to make your phone better and faster, and you can add a lot of the features like 3D touch and a lot of cool features like that. So is the iPhone 5 still worth it? If you want a good budget phone, or you just want a 4-inch phone that looks good and performs well, or you have an iPhone 4 or 4S for some reason, or you're an Android guy who wants to switch to iOS but doesn't want to spend a lot on a product-red iPhone 7 Plus because they want to wait for the iPhone 8 or something, or maybe you're waiting for the iPhone 8 but you own a rubbish phone that's falling to bits, then this will be a good stepping stone for that. Now just a quick note, my iPhone 5 is not jailbroken but customized using a lot of different bugs that were found in iOS 10.3.1 to make it look cooler and better. And I also do have a fiber skin from Extreme Skins at the back of it. So go ahead and leave a like and a comment down below if you want me to make a dedicated video about my customized iPhone 5. So that is pretty much everything for this video. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and smash that like button, and go ahead and drop a comment down below with any phones you want me to check out and see if they are still worth it. And if you are new around here, be sure to smash that big red subscribe button, and also while you're at it, go ahead and turn on your notifications so then you're notified as soon as I upload a video. I've got a bunch of cool videos coming up and I'm pretty sure you guys don't want to miss out. But for now, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. My name has been Benji, this has been the Tech Kid, and we'll catch you on the next one.